Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a video. I upload every single week. And today, by the title of this video, it's a little bit of a story time, I guess. But yeah, I want to talk about why I quit my job and why I became an entrepreneur, how I became an entrepreneur, all that good stuff. So I got my tea and we're just gonna chit chat. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I've been an entrepreneur on and off for I'd say 10 to 11 years. Oh, and by the way, if you hear any weird noises, they're working on they're working on the unit next door, and of course it had to be on the day that I decided to film this video, so please bear with me. I'm hoping that my background music will kind of drown it out or whatever, but that's what it is. Yeah, so I've been an entrepreneur for probably about 10 to 12 years on and off. I've tried different things. But where I've been the most successful and where I'm currently at now is within my massage therapy business. So I've been a massage therapist for 10 years. And let's see, 6 out of those 10 years I've been an entrepreneur. But I've only been full-time, 100% entrepreneur on my own. If you're watching this video, at the time of this video is, it's March 6th, 2019. And August 31st of 2019 will be 2 years since I've been full-time on my own entrepreneur, not working for anyone else. Because over the years, during this process, I've been either having a part-time job or having a few part-time jobs and building my business at the same time. So I wasn't 100% on my own yet. But yeah, literally a year and a half ago, I knew it was time. I knew it was time. And part of the reason why I wanted to do this video is because I know a lot of people are kind of at that place too. They have their side hustle, or they're building something, or they want to build something, but they're currently they have a full-time job. Maybe it's corporate, maybe it's family business that they work in. That is mad annoying. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to press through. This is what you do. Okay, so yeah, and they're at a place where they're kind of deciding whether or not they should quit their job. Are they prepared? Are they ready? And one of the best pieces of advice that I could give for that is, you will know when it's time to leave. And here's one way that I knew it was time for me to quit my job and leave and go full-time on my own. One of the biggest signs, and I've learned this over the years, I wouldn't always listen to it in the early stages of my entrepreneur life. But as I got more comfortable and just putting myself out there and getting out of my comfort zone, I realized that this was a telltale sign that God or the universe, whoever you want to call it, is telling me it's time to move. And here's the thing. If you're in your job, right, and it's the same environment, you're doing the same job, you're working with the same people, and I don't know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, even 10 years ago when you first started in that position, you loved it, you got up in the morning, and maybe you didn't like getting up in the morning, maybe you didn't like the commute or anything like that, but you enjoyed the atmosphere that you worked in, you enjoyed the kind of work you were doing, you enjoyed the people you worked with, the projects that you had to do, you enjoyed it, right? And if now you're at a place where you don't enjoy it anymore and you just feel stuck or like you're being stifled, that is, how would I put it? That's like your intuition or the universe or God or your body or whatever, your mind, your subconscious mind, or however you want to put it. It's kind of telling you that, girl, guy, it's time for you to move. Like, you're growing, and the place that you're currently at was good for you 10 years ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, but it's not conducive to where you're heading to. So it's actually stifling you as opposed to pushing you forward or progressing you. So by no means am I saying that when you get this feeling, you should just up and quit your job and leave. No, but when you start to feel this, this is like a telltale sign that it's time to start making a plan to eventually leave this job, this particular place. And whether it's finding a different job in a different company, or a new profession or career altogether, or starting your business, now it's time to start planning that. And like, really sit down and ask yourself, what are you looking for in your career life, in your work life? What kind of money do you want to make? What kind of work do you want to do? What kind of people do you want to work with? And yeah, put that all in your plan and give yourself a realistic goal. Like, if you think it'll take you a year to save up a certain amount of money so that you have like your expenses, your bills, and different things like that covered, so that when you do quit your job, if you're not able to find something within a month or 2 months, you're okay and you're not stressing, then do that. If you think it's going to take you a year and a half, that's fine too. But the beautiful thing is, the beautiful thing about making this plan, I guarantee you, once you make the plan, now that the plan is made and you have like this vision moving forward, and you have this goal, this new fire and excitement just comes up inside of you. And now going to work is not a chore. It's not dreadful. You're not hating it. You're actually loving it almost, because you know that every day you go, you're getting one step closer to eventually leaving and going on to the next chapter of your life. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm not saying it's like all perfect the entire time. Absolutely not. But yeah, you're gonna have a new like fire just inside of you when this happens. So I'm letting you know, because that's what happened to me. So back to my personal story. It was a little bit different, because when I was working, I was building my private massage therapy practice. So I had my private clients that I saw, and at the time I was working like in clinics or spas and in places like that, just so that I could pay for my bills and different things like that, and still have money to grow and build my private business on the side. The first time I did this, I did not have a job. I was just 100% going at it entrepreneur style, and it was very frustrating. It was really hard for me, because I was torn between seeing the clients that I knew I could help and that valued what I did and would pay me for it, versus seeing everybody, because I needed the money, and the bills need to get paid. The girl needs a roof over it, right? So the second time around, when I moved downtown, I decided that I was going to get a job, and this job was going to afford me the opportunity to live down here on my own and also continue to build up my business. So that's how that started. But I knew going in, and I'm a very transparent person with my employers, with my friends, with my family, with everybody. So my employers, when I leased my private space, I told them, I let them know, I'm like, listen, I found a space, and the reason why I'm cutting down my hours is because I want to continue to build that up. There was no going around it. I wasn't hiding it. And I think that's so important. I know everyone's work situation is a little different, and I'm not saying you gotta tell all your business, but I'm saying this, like, if you start things the right way, it's just so much better. Like, don't go into anything you're doing starting off bad, starting off with lying or manipulating people or backstabbing people to get there, because I'm telling you, if you start that way, you have to keep doing those things in order to stay there or to keep climbing up. And it's not a great way to start, it's not a great way to live, and it's not a great way to finish. So that's just like my little 2 cents, I guess. But I became an entrepreneur because a very, very long time ago, even like my very first job, which was in Jamaica. I worked in resorts. I worked at Breeze's Super Clubs in Montego Bay And I remember just from that very first job that I had, I knew that working for people was going to be the vehicle that I used and the avenue to like grow and learn and gain experience and all that stuff, but this is not what I was going to be doing forever. I wasn't going to be able to work for people forever, and I knew that right off the bat. If I even look back, I know I probably knew this before my first job, just from seeing other people work for people and their experiences and yada yada yada. So, what was I saying? Kind of got off track. Yeah. So, when I fully just decided I was going to become an entrepreneur, every job I worked, it had multiple purposes, right? Yes, I needed it so that I could pay my bills, but two, it had to be helping me to learn something that I would need in the business that I was going to start or whatever in the future, just to help me move forward and to progress. Like it was never just, oh, I just need to make money. No, because there's lots of jobs I could have done to make money, and I could have made a hell of a lot more money. But there was another factor in it too. There were just certain things I was not going to do. And you have to know what that is for you. I can't speak on anything. I'm not looking down on any job, and I'm not putting any job on a pedestal. I just know for myself there were certain jobs that I was not going to be able to do. I was not going to feel comfortable with, and I stuck within the realm of what I was good at, which was customer service. And I have a great personality, and I'm friendly, and I'm quick on my feet, and I don't need supervision. I know what I need to do and I get it done. So being a server, being a bartender, working in restaurants, working in lounges, working in clubs, working in hotels, things like that, it was a perfect place for me. It was very fast paced, and yeah, so, but becoming an entrepreneur for me has been awesome. It has its ups and downs, it has its trials, it has its good days, it has its bad days. But I would not go back for anything in the world. So the best advice I could give you is, if you want to be an entrepreneur, don't do it because everybody's becoming an entrepreneur now. Don't do it for that reason. And definitely don't do it because you think, oh, I'm gonna have all this money and all this time and da da da. Yeah, you can, but I can tell you one thing with entrepreneurship, you can make as much money as you want, and you can decide how much of your time you're gonna spend doing that. But it's so much more than that. There's a lot of sacrifice and a lot of like lonely time as well. Like if you're not a person that likes to be alone and working on your own, entrepreneurship, especially in the beginning, is going to be tough because you're going to be on your own a lot. You're going to be working by yourself. Like I'm here filming this video by myself, talking to the camera. Like it's just, these are just some of the things, but there's lots of great benefits too. But go into it because you there's something that you want to do, something that you want to bring to the market, adding your personality to it. Maybe it's not something new, maybe it's something that's been done many times before. The newness about it is that you're doing it and you're bringing your personality and your unique characteristics to that business, and people will resonate with that business because of you. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so I quit because I knew it was time. Like I said, I got this feeling the year before I quit. I was like, yeah, it's time for you to move. Like, I wasn't 100% there yet, but I knew it was coming, and I set up a plan. And for 1 full year, I worked my ass off. Like, I took so many hours and worked. The 2 days that I was working at my job, I was literally there from the time they opened to the time they closed. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can ask these people. Even my boss asked me, are you sure? Because massage therapy is different. Like, we're not sitting at a desk and doing like little work, and you can't be doing a massage and kind of half-assing it. You have to give like 100% every time. And I was seeing 8 or 9 people on the Tuesday and on the Thursday. Literally, I'd see 3 people get a break, 3 people get a break, 3 people go home. This is what I was doing, like twice a week, because I gave Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to my business, and I was working at the spa Tuesdays and Thursdays, and because I wanted to get rid of my Saturdays. Before, I was working Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and at my work, and then working at my office Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'd have Sunday off. And anyone who's worked in hospitality knows that it's very rare to get Saturday and Sunday off. You always have to work on the weekends when you work in hospitality. Like, that's just the way it is. And I was like, one day I am not gonna work on the weekends. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to get up on a Saturday and not have to go to work, or get up on a Sunday and not have to go to work. And I eventually got to a place where I didn't have to work Sundays anymore, and I told myself it's gonna happen, we're not working Saturdays. So I looked at it and I realized that my hours that I was working on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays were about, I can't fully remember, but I was seeing probably 6 to 7 people. No, maybe six people each of those days, or something like that. I'm pretty sure. So that would have been 18 people. Yes, okay. So I was seeing like I was doing 6 treatments on the my camera totally just shut off, but hey, YouTube liked. Back to what I was saying. So yeah, I was seeing 6 people on the Tuesday, 6 people on the Thursday, 6 people on the Saturday, and I thought I could get my Saturdays, and instead of seeing 6 people, I would see 9, which is the same amount of people I'd be seeing over the course of 3 days, except now I'd be doing it in 2. So I said, let's do it. I got my Saturdays back. It was definitely a long day on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will say that, but I had a plan. This is the thing. I'm the kind of person where I can suffer, okay? I can suffer, I can go through it, as long as there's a plan. I have a plan. If we say, okay, we can't do XYZ for a year, 2 years, we gotta just rough it out for a little bit, I'm like, I'm good, we're okay. Because I know that there's an end in sight. Just to like randomly just work these 2 shifts, really hard shifts every week and have no end in sight, that would have been hard for me. But I knew that in a year I was gonna be leaving. I knew this. And I did what I needed to do to continue to build up my business, so that when the year came, and I remember when I gave the notice, it was funny because I was contemplating, this was on my birthday, July 31st, I was contemplating, should I took the day off obviously, so I was like, should I just wait till the end of the year, right, which would have been 2017, or should I give my notice and end at the end of the summer? And something in me just said, why are you waiting till the end of the year? And I was like, yeah, why am I waiting till the end of the year? And I remember I gave my notice to my boss and I said, listen, it was August 1st, I gave her the notice, I told her my last day would be August 31st, so I gave them a full month. And yeah, it was crazy, it was nerve-wracking, but it was such a relief. I felt so good knowing that I took the time, I made my plan, I saw it through, I built it up. And I remember that first day, or that last day leaving, I had the biggest smile on my face, I just felt so good. And yeah, and now when I see clients that used to see me there, that come to see me at my private place, or colleagues that I used to work with, people that know that I used to work full-time and run my business, they ask me, oh, you know, would you go back, or do you have any regrets? I'm like, hell no. Not one regret. And when I talk to them, I say the only thing I probably wish I did, probably wish I left sooner. Most of the time we prolong things that don't need prolonging. I wish I had cut the cord sooner, because I could totally have done it. And now I'm fully sustaining myself on my own full time, and it's great. So last piece of thing that I would just want to say before I end this video is, if you really feel strongly about, you know, pursuing your dreams, pursuing that business, or whatever the case may be, and you really hate your job right now, or the position you're in, or the place you work, or the environment, whatever the reason is, make a plan. Sit down, make a plan, figure out how you want your life to look, how you want to live it, the kind of work you want to do, the kind of people you want to work with, or the kind of business you want to have, all of these different things. Do your research, talk to people, watch videos, and make a plan, and then go for it. I'm telling you, even if it doesn't go exactly the way you were envisioning it, you're gonna learn so much about yourself, about whatever it is you're interested in. It's gonna lead you down a path where you're gonna meet so many amazing people, and at the end of the day, you're just gonna be stronger and better for it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I love you guys so much. And comment below, like, what are your thoughts? Like, what are you thinking? Are you kind of at that place where you're ready to quit your job, or you're not really sure? I'd love to chat with you guys in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said, like, comment, share this video, and I'll see you guys in next week's video. Bye.